Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go.
As the match starts, all 4 robots are immediately moving as it looks like 3 out of the 4 purple pixels are on the spike mark. 19098 is going over to scoring the orange pixel on the backdrop as their partner 22947 is digitally cycling from the stacks. 16379 going for more white pixels on the backdrop for those extra autonomous scores as 22947 going for more one final cycle.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
As we start at 16397, immediately going to cycle more pixels with their insanely fast drivetrain as pixels are stacking up higher and higher on both sides. It looks like the Blue Alliance has an orange mosaic and is gearing up for another purple mosaic on the other side, as the Red Alliance also has an orange mosaic for 10 extra points. 19098 going to score 2 more purple pixels, possibly going for another mosaic that has 10 extra points per mosaic. 23286 going for more cycles as they reach set line number 1 for another 10 points. Pixels are stacking higher and higher as we see. On the Blue Alliance, it looks like they're getting close to set line 2 for another 10 points. 19098 going for more and more cycles. All of these robots are really incredible to look at. They're all works of art. Looks like the Red Alliance has secured 2 mosaics, 1 orange and 1 purple. Looks like there is some congestion going on around the red backstage as 22947 going for more and more cycles. And it looks like over on the Blue Alliance, they have pixels stacking all the way up to the second as we enter endgame. It looks like 1 drone is fired, 2 drones are fired. Teams are going back and forth, scoring more and more. Looks like over on the Blue Alliance, we have set line 2, going to 2 more white pixels. As we have 3 teams going for a hang, potentially 4. Another drone is fired. It looks like it's going to be zone 2. It looks like we are going to end the match with 3 to 4 teams hanging.
Scores are up from previous match, and here they are up on the big board. It is win for the Red Alliance. Red Alliance with a score 237 to 235. That was a really close one. And it was the penalty points that made all the difference for the Red Alliance in that one. Start the match in 3, 2, 1, go.
As the match starts, we once again see hopefully all 4 teams with their purple pixel on the spike mark for those extra autonomous points. 7105, the Swift Intergalactic Space Llamas, specifically scores their orange pixel in the proper randomization zone. As over on the Blue Alliance, we have 2 pixels on the backdrop, 1 in the proper randomization zone, 1 in the backstage. Both teams on the Red Alliance are looking for extra cycles as they have 4 pixels on the backdrop for the Red Alliance. 2 pixels on the Blue Alliance.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
As the match starts, we see 23286 looking to score more pixels, or potentially, it looks like they might actually, yes, they successfully move a white pixel away from blocking another mosaic. That lets them score 10 extra points for a mosaic, as the partner 7105 score 2 purple pixels on the backdrop. Over on the Blue Alliance, we have 14496 going to score 2 more pixels. It looks like they unfortunately block a mosaic. Let's see if they can fix that later in the match. 7105 going over, looking to score on the Red Alliance, demonstrating their love for inverse kinematics as their partners successfully score 2 mosaics on the Red Alliance. That's 20 extra points, and they reach set line 1. That's 30 points, all in 1 pixel. Over on the Blue Alliance, we have 14496 going to score more pixels as they rearrange another orange pixel and successfully score a mosaic. That mosaic would not have been possible without them rearranging that one orange pixel. As the partners 497 looking to score more pixels in the backstage area for 2 extra points. 496 going to blanket their mosaics and white pixels, looking to score even more mosaics. As over on the Red Alliance, we have 2 green pixels being scored, potentially going for another mosaic, and they reach set line 2 for 10 extra points. On the Red Alliance, the pixels are stacking higher as the backdrop is getting filled higher and higher. 7105 going to score 2 more white pixels for 6 extra points, as their partners are potentially going for another mosaic. It looks like we have 2 drones fired, both in zone 1. That's 30 extra points each. We have another drone fired on the Red Alliance. That's zone 2, it looks like. And a fourth and final drone is shot from the Blue Alliance. That is also zone 1. This is a very high scoring match. Let's see if 479 can hang. It looks like they're unfortunately unsuccessful, but the scores are looking mighty close. Let's see which match will win.
Just played on field number 1. It's a big one for the Red Alliance with a score of 321 to 241 for the Blue Alliance. Red Alliance dominating match number 13.
Okay, that's the only reason I've got.
Go.
Here we go with match number 23. We already are getting a pixel scored by 20077, scoring 1 yellow pixel in that backdrop. These robots, of course, picking up their pixels, getting ready to score them in this autonomous period. Looks like there maybe was going to be a park, but maybe not. And again, these robots are preparing. Sometimes the best thing for a robot to do in this autonomous is get out of the way and let their partner handle it. That's what 310's doing right now. And Juniper Robotics is handling it quite nicely.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
But of course, that's not necessary when it comes to the driver control period, with all robots immediately beginning motion. 310 Sky Vision scoring that aforementioned yellow pixel that they were holding on to during the autonomous. Now during the driver control period, robots getting ready to score. Yes, that's 2 pixels on the Red Alliance. A little bit of a spin move there, I'd say. And it's going to seemingly work out. A little bit of a bump on the backdrop. Again, you got to be careful, because if you bump these backdrops too hard, these pixels will fall right out. So we've got 310 scoring in the backdrop. Looks like we might have our first completed mosaic from Juniper Robotics. Yes, successful mosaic from Juniper Robotics, but a successful mosaic from 20077, the Indubitables, on the Red Alliance. Robots continuing to get ready and score if possible. Yes, that's a purple pixel on the Red Alliance. That it may interfere with their ability to complete a mosaic. We'll have to see. Blue Alliance, however, scoring a mosaic as well. They might be about to score a 3rd mosaic, too, on the right. That's a fantastic amount of mosaics there for the Blue Alliance, with nearly 3 mosaics there under that first line. Plenty of room to grow, plenty of room to add more pixels to the canvas and create more actual scores. With 51 seconds left in the match, it's head and head here, 147 to 147. It's still anyone's game. It's probably going to come down to the end game and seeing which robots can land those drones in that landing zone in the highest scoring part and get a hang before the end of the match. I'm seeing a lot of teams here not able to knock that hang out before the end of the match because they cut it too close. They get too focused on scoring those pixels. Don't leave enough time for a hang. We'll see if that happens here with 30 seconds left in the match. If these teams are going to be able to land it properly, or if they're going to spend their time rearranging, placing pixels, getting those pixels on the canvas in the proper area. Looks like we've got 4 completed mosaics on the Blue Alliance, only 2 mosaics on the Red Alliance. Looks like we got of all 4 drones scored, mostly in the first zone except for 1 Red Alliance. Looks like we've got 2 seconds, 1 second, and it looks like we've got quite a few hangs on the field. Again, it's going to be up to the refs to see which of those hangs count during the end game. With a match that is that close, 258-284, it could come down to those hangs.
23, we just played on field number 1. Red Alliance won that match 326 to 268. Incredible match by the Red Alliance. Congratulations, team 20077 and 23-286. Blue Alliance, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
As qualification match number 32 starts, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 purple pixels on the spike line. That is a perfect autonomous in terms of purple pixels. Over on the Red Alliance, they have one properly scored orange pixel on the proper randomization zone. It looks like there's some minor collision as 16917 is going for more cycles. Over on the blue lines, we have 23286 going for the park as they just narrowly avoid 16917 going
Drivers,
from another cycle.
pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
As we enter the driver-controlled station, or driver-controlled period of the match, the Red Alliance does have the lead, but let's see if the Blue Alliance can catch up, as 772 is going to score another orange pixel on the backdrop, potentially going for a mosaic. Their alliance partner is 23286, going for 2 purple pixels, going for a purple mosaic on the other side of the backdrop. Meanwhile, on the Red Alliance, we have 16917 completing an orange mosaic for 10 extra points as their alliance partners are going back and forth across the field to score another mosaic. Let's see if they're successful. And they are. There are now 2 mosaics over on the Red Alliance's backdrop and 1 mosaic on the Blue Alliance's backdrop, but on the Blue Alliance they do have set line 1, which is an extra 10 points. As 772 is looking to complete a second mosaic, they're also scoring another white pixel on the backdrop. Teams are zipping back and forth. Each one of these robots is so incredible. It's clear that everyone who worked on them is not an average nerd. 772 going back and forth, scoring another 2 white pixels on the backdrop. 19234 going to score more as their alliance partners are scoring 2 more white pixels on the backdrop. So far, it looks like the Blue Alliance has the higher amount of pixels, but on the Red Alliance, they have a very solid foundation to build more, as they're going for a 3rd mosaic. Remember, you can only score 5 mosaics in one match. And it looks like, unfortunately, on the Blue Alliance, they have knocked over most of their pixels onto the backstage. Let's hope that they can recover from this as we enter the endgame period. There's a lot of shouting going on as the Blue Alliance is quickly trying to score as much as they can to make up for knocking down their pixels as 2 drones are fired over on the Blue Alliance. And another drone is fired on the Red Alliance. Looks like 19234 is doing an awesome maneuver as they try and score an extra pixel while trying to hang at the same time. This was a very high scoring match.
And we have a score from that match we just completed on field 2. And that's a big win for the Red Alliance with a score of 285 to 167. Congratulations to the Red Alliance. Go.
As we begin qualification match number 41, 5667 is going to place the purple pixel on that spike mark. With using their belt-driven cascading Mizumis to score the orange pixel in the proper randomization zone. They believe it is the only belt-driven cascading Mizumi system in the world right now. Over on the Blue Alliance, we have 2 orange pixels scored and 3 extra white pixels scored. It looks like there is no cycling on the Red Alliance, and they have both orange pixels in the proper randomization zone. Meanwhile,
Drivers,
Blue Alliance only
pick
has
up your
1 orange
controllers.
pixel in their randomization zone, but
3,
they cycled
2,
5 white pixels on the backdrop. It looks like the scores are actually the same right now as we begin the tele-operated period. 12014 looks like they might be having some technical difficulties as one of their wires appears to be hanging out of their robot. Let's hope that they can get that working. 5667 on their way to score more pixels onto the backdrop. It looks like they unfortunately misplaced one of their purple pixels, unfortunately preventing them from getting an orange mosaic. Even though that they have scored the orange pixels in the proper orientation for an orange mosaic, the purple pixel is touching it, so it will not count for extra points. Meanwhile, over on the Blue Alliance, they are scoring 2 mosaics, potentially getting ready for a 3rd purple mosaic as they have built up a really solid foundation of pixels. 5667 once again going for more and more pixels on the Red Alliance. It'll be tough for the Red to catch the Blue Alliance with those 2 mosaics not being able to be scored. 120 score another green pixel on the backdrop, aiming for a 3rd mosaic. 12014 going back and forth on their way to successfully score a 3rd mosaic. That'll be up to the refs to call if that's a mosaic or not. 7149 on their way to score 2 more pixels. Set line number 2, which they are 1 pixel away from. That's 10 extra Alliance as we enter the end game period of the match. 1-2-0-1-4 on their way to score 2 more green pixels, potentially looking for a 4th and final mosaic for the Blue Alliance. 2 drones have been fired. 1 of them did not land in any zone. Another drone has just been fired. That's Zone 1 and Zone 2 for the Blue Alliance as 1-2-0-1-4 is going to complete a final mosaic. Can they now have 4 mosaics for the Blue Alliance? That is 40 points. They were unfortunately 1 pixel away from reaching the final set line.
Before we proceed, match number 41, here comes the score. Blue Alliance win. 302 to 269, penalty-free match won by the Blue Alliance. One is ready now in 3, 2, 1, go.
Period of number 51 begins. 64-17, proudly showcasing their love for rubber ducks as they on their clear side plates as they successfully score a purple pixel on their spike mark with their alliance partner. Meanwhile, they also successfully score the proper randomization zone as they go back and forth to cycle more white pixels from the 5 stacks of 5 white pixels. Meanwhile, over on the Blue Alliance, both randomization zones have properly been scored in by the orange pixels as 1 extra white pixel has been
Drivers,
cycled.
pick up your controllers. 3,
Red Alliance
2,
has a very minor lead
1.
as we enter the tele-operated period of the match, and let's see how this affects that. 64-17, Blue Crew looking to score another pixel on the red backdrop as they immediately go over to pick up that purple pixel from the autonomous period. 21-980 is looking to score another purple pixel on their backdrop as their alliance partner is 23-4-35 looking to complete 2 mosaics for the Blue Alliance. These are some very fast mosaics that have been scored on this match. 64-17 accidentally drops 2 purple pixels but immediately picks them up looking to score 2 more purple pixels for the Red Alliance's backdrop as their alliance partners accidentally score 1 purple pixel on top of the orange pixels that could have been a mosaic, but now it cannot be a mosaic. Over on the Blue Alliance, they are building a very solid foundation of white pixels to score as many mosaics as they can. 23-4-35, scoring 2 green pixels looking for another mosaic. So far, the Blue Alliance has 2 mosaics. 2-3-2-8-6, zooming across the field back and forth, looking to score more white pixels for the Red Alliance. 64-17, once again going back and forth to those stacks to collect more white pixels, hoping to clear the base of the pixels on the red backdrop so that they can score mosaics on top of those white pixels. As we enter the end game period of the match, the Blue Alliance has 3 out of the 4 possible mosaics, and 21-980 has successfully scored several pixels on top of each other, hoping to get set line 3 for 30 extra points just in set lines. Several drones have been fired, 1 Zone 1 for red, 1 Zone 1 for blue. Another Zone 1 for the Red Alliance. It's looking very equal as we end the match with 3 seconds left, and hopefully all 4 teams hanging. And yes, it looks like all 4 teams are hanging. Very fun match.
On the field number 2 right now. This is match number 52 on the Red Alliance team, 71-49.
We are with the Autonomous for match number 68. This is the second to last match most of these teams will be playing today. It is a chance for these teams to solidify their lead. Hyperion is ranked 5th on the boards right now. If they win this match, that could put them in Alliance selection territory. That is absolutely what they're aiming for today. Red Alliance is trying to get in there, get that win, get in the top 4. Blue Alliance, of course, doesn't want that to happen at all. They'd very much like to win themselves, and that is evident by this Autonomous here, which is performing very cleanly. You can see just why these teams are so highly ranked.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Moving into our driver control period here, we've got a slight, by slight, I mean substantial lead for the Red Alliance, showing just why Hyperion's ranked 5th and why their partner Laser Robotics is ranked quite highly as well. But Blue Alliance, they're doing the work that they need to do. Peppers, unfortunately, does not appear to be moving on the field right now. Hopefully that is something that can get fixed shortly, because without that, they're not going to be able to go score and catch up to the Red Alliance here. Blue Alliance successfully completing a mosaic, whereas Red Alliance is about to complete, yes, a mosaic as well. They can't complete that yellow mosaic due to it being covered by white pixels, but they are going to continue scoring just the sheer amount of pixels that are required to get these high ranking scores that they're looking for. Even without the Blue Alliance's second robot functioning, it is in their interest to score as highly as possible for those ranking points. The Hyperion, unfortunately, dropping to those pixels on the way. Looks like they got a little bit over-eager when it comes to scoring these pixels. They just are not holding on to them for some reason. Hopefully that is not a long-term technical issue for them, because while it might be safe right now and they have a healthy lead, that might not be good for them when it comes to alliance selection in the future. Looks like they've successfully, yes, sorted that problem out, scoring in right above that first line, getting into that second zone, getting those additional points. Pepper's still not moving. The robot appears to be stationary. Hopefully that's something they can get sorted out by calling perhaps a field help of some sort. But it doesn't really seem like they're calling anything out. 9614 Hyperion continuing again to be a little bit loosey-goosey with their pixels there. Hopefully that is something that can get sorted out. Their partner, of course, on the Blue Alliance, 9974, Pepper's partner as we enter the end game. Pepper's partner is moving as fast as they can, trying to score. Land in that end game as we're starting it up. Hyperion not holding back in the slice, continuing to land those pixels up there. Their partner 23286, of course, the now lest I mentioned to the Laser Robotics, scoring a very clean drone in that second zone, doing their part as best they can to continue that good score. Unfortunately, Hyperion missing that drone as we get with 2-1-0. We do get 2 successful hangs from these robots and a hang on the Blue Alliance. Tough match for these teams on the Blue Alliance. Hyperion may be sliding into an alliance selection spot after this, but of course, all these
To the big board, let's see who took match 68 on field number 2 just a few minutes ago. It was a Red Alliance. 269 to Blue Alliance's 178. 2-1, go.
As we begin the autonomous 4 qualification match number 77. Tobortech on their way to place their purple pixel on spike mark, and unfortunately just barely misses the orange pixel randomization zone. Apparently, at the beginning of the season, this robot could reach both sides of the field at the same time. Over on the Blue Alliance, it looks like there is some unfortunate collision going on, stopping either teams from properly scoring their orange pixels on the proper randomization zone.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get some more cheering from the audience, just like we do with the Romanian teams. As we begin the teleoperated period of the match, 71-72 technical difficulties, immediately picking up the orange pixels that they misplaced in the autonomous period and scoring them on the backdrop. Over on the Red Alliance, they are now ready for 2 mosaics to be scored and will then proceed to blanket those mosaics in white pixels, getting ready for even more mosaics. So much interfering going on. I saw a part get launched off from a robot. Let's hope that that robot is okay. On the Red Alliance, we have 48-55 on their way to score 2 more pixels, completing a mosaic for the Red Alliance. So much shouting going on. I see parts flying off of the robots. Let's hope that every single one of these robots can come back safe after this match, ready for another match. Over on the Blue Alliance, we have 2 mosaics that are worth 10 extra points each, and they have set line number 1. Meanwhile, on the Red Alliance, they have are ready to score 1 more mosaic, which they do successfully. Over on the Blue Alliance, 71-72 technical difficulties on their way back across the field, going to pick up even more pixels with their insanely fast drivetrain. It is a small robot, which means that it will be lighter than more robots and therefore faster, and you can really see the advantage that gives them as they are zooming across the field with limited competition. As we enter the endgame period of the match, the scores are looking very equal. It looks like, unfortunately, one of the robots is disabled. Let's hope that that robot can get working. I see 1 drone fired for the Blue Alliance, which did land in Zone 1 as teams are getting ready to hang. Another drone for Red that unfortunately did miss. Over on the Blue Alliance, we have 71-72 going for that one final a cycle of pixels, and they do successfully get a Zone 1 drone and a hang. Usually it is considered
The scores from that last match on field number 1 that our dazzle of zebras conferred over with a win for the Blue Alliance. 224 to Red Alliance's 181. Good job. Our next award is the KISS Award. This award goes to the team that has embraced and demonstrated the concept of keep it straightforward and simple. This philosophy is used when designing their robot. This award celebrates the accessibility and reliability of an elegant mechanical design. This award can be given to a team for their overall design or for a specific component of their robot. 2 honorable mentions for the KISS Award. Honorable mentions are to Team 12791, Iterative Intentions. And Team 23286, Laser Robotics.